I'm sure that Mallrats 1 had a plot, but Mallrats 2 is just, it's 20 years later and the mall is on the brink of shutting down, just like the mall everywhere is kind of on the way out. When I started talking about, like, I'm going to make a Mallrats sequel, 1,000 amateur comedians on Twitter are like, what's it going to take place on Amazon? And I took that joke and put it in the movie. So it takes place as the mall is about to close, and Brody Bruce, the Jason Lee character, is throwing he's got a comic book store, Brody Bruce's Secret Stash, which we had introduced in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. He has moved it into the mall, and he's throwing this Mall-a-thon Comic-Con to try to keep the mall alive. Like, he's like the people in Back to the Future, save the clock tower. He's trying to save the mall and shit.
So
and into the mall. You want to hear about it or no? Okay. Kevin Smith, you talk too much. Into that world, the mall's about to close. Brody throws this big Comic-Con. Whole place finally has a crowd in it for the first time in years. And the movie's stolen from Die Hard. So in the middle of the Comic-Con, terrorists take over the mall. And so originally the title of the script was Mallrats 2: Die Hard in a Mall. I don't think Fox is going to let us call it that, so we might have to call it something else, but Brody teams up with everybody you fucking remember and love from this movie. 18 characters from this movie come back in Mallrats 2. And then we add another generation as well, their kids as well.
Okay. So does this mean that Brody finally moves out of his parents' house?
Yes, and that he gets laid as well.
Oh, shit. Okay.
He is, Jason Lee, I reached out to Jason Lee when I had the idea, and I was like, hey man, like, I'm thinking about heading back to the mall. And he was like, oh my God, you caught me at the right time. He's like, I'm about to retire from movies forever. And I was like, holy shit, really? He's like, yeah, I want to go live a real life. Fuck these people. And I was like, holy shit, well, don't leave yet, man. I was like, I want to do a Mallrats sequel. And he goes, well, I started my career with Mallrats. To end it would be kind of poetic. So he's like, I'll do one more flick. And I was like, right the fuck on. So I wrote the script and sent it to him. He was working on something else at the time. So he was like, I'll read it and get back to you. And he started reading it piecemeal. Every day I would get these gorgeous one-line emails from him, just quoting lines and telling me how smart and stupid I was at the same time. It was really sweet. And he loved the script, so we're off and running.
That's amazing. So speaking of old characters, talk about your experience working with Ben Affleck.